Hi everyone, and welcome to the fourth and final workshop in the Stress and Relaxation workshop series. So today we're going to talk about increasing our coping abilities. So in this session, we're going to learn a little bit about the body and how it responds to stress, as well as just how the mind responds to stress, and also how allowing your body time to relax can help increase your abilities to cope with stress. We're also going to learn various relaxation techniques that can help you manage tension in the body. So why is relaxation important? So we know a little bit about how the mind responds to stress now, and we've learned some techniques to manage that. So we've looked at internal demands like worry and how to interrupt the worries. And we've also learned how to use problem solving to find solutions for the external demands. However, we're always going to have demands in our life. Therefore, when we think about the stress balance scale, if we can't completely get rid of the demands, we're going to have to increase our coping abilities. So relaxation is a really important tool and it can help you rebalance those scales. So the techniques we're going to use in today's session, we're going to do a progressive muscle relaxation together. I'm also going to talk to you about paced breathing and also visualization. So what happens when we're stressed? So stressful events, whether they're internal or external, trigger something called the fight or flight reaction in the body. So this body responds to any stressor by releasing stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol, which create a series of changes in the body that prepare to keep us safe. So an example that's commonly used is if we were out in the wild and we saw a lion, you've got two choices. You're either going to fight for your life or you're going to run away to safety. So that's the fight and the flight. However, this response doesn't differentiate between stressors. So it doesn't know whether you've seen a lion in the wild or if it's a modern stressor like worry, exams, finances, relationships. So the response is going to be the same for both. So what happens in the body when we're stressed? So once there's any kind of stressful event, a little small part of our brain called the amygdala responds. So then that triggers the sympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for the fight or flight response by releasing adrenaline. And then if we need to continue to be alert, the adrenal cortex, which is just on top of our kidneys, will also release cortisol. So the fight or flight response, how does it look in the body? So your pupils might dilate. You'll probably get quite a dry mouth. You'll be breathing faster. Your heart will be pounding. You'll have tense muscles, sweaty palms maybe, and it'll also slow your digestion. So you might feel a little bit sick or you might need to use the loo. The idea of all of these things is it's preparing your body to fight or to run away. So the dilation of the pupils, it's helping you see better. The fast breathing and the heart pounding is getting the blood circulating the body. And the reason your muscles are tense, but your digestion and your mouth, the digestion in your stomach and mouth is slower, is because the blood moves away from the non-essential functions to the muscles. So it's preparing you to survive in that moment. So if we think a little bit about the example we used earlier, and hopefully you'll have your own example that you wrote of the CBT cycle, when we start to get stressed and we think this is all too much and I can't cope and I can't do it all, when we start to feel anxious and irritable and sad, and we're engaging in these unhelpful behaviors like working longer and not socializing, we notice that we might feel tense and tired. So these symptoms come from the fight or flight response. So the tension, as we discussed, it's because the muscles moving, the blood is moving to your muscles to get you ready to fight or flee. And having the stress response prolonged is really tiring. So that's why we start to notice this. And if you still have your examples at hand, it might be helpful to look at any of those kind of physiological sensations that you wrote down and see where they apply to the fight or flight response. One really helpful technique in managing tension is the progressive muscle relaxation. So the progressive muscle relaxation reduces our overall levels of tension. So it's just a process of going through each of the major muscle groups in turn. Then we tense them and release them and notice the difference between tension and relaxation. Firstly, it reduces tension in the moment. We're relaxing all of the muscle groups, but also noticing what tension feels like in those muscle groups can help us to notice when we're becoming tense in the day, and then we can use these relaxation techniques to reduce it. So we're just going to go through a little example together now. So if I could ask you to just close your eyes for a minute and get yourself in a comfortable position. We're going to go through one together. So the progressive muscle relaxation is an exercise that reduces stress and anxiety in your body by having you slowly tense and release each muscle. The exercise can produce immediate feelings of relaxation, but with experience, you'll also become more aware of when you're experiencing tension and have the skills to help you relax. If you have any injuries or pain, you can skip the muscles that will be tensing in that moment. Pay special attention to the feelings of releasing attention in each muscle and the resulting feelings of relaxation. So if you're sitting comfortably with your eyes closed, let's begin. Begin by taking a deep breath and notice the feeling of air filling your lungs, and hold your breath for a few seconds. And then release the breath slowly and let the tension leave your body. Take in another deep breath and hold it. And then again, slowly release the air. Even slower now, take another deep breath. Fill your lungs and hold the air. And then slowly release the breath and imagine the feeling of tension leaving your body. Now move your attention to your feet. Begin to tense your feet by curling your toes and the arch of your foot. Hold the tension and notice what it feels like. Now release the tension in your foot. Notice the new feelings of relaxation. Begin to focus on your lower leg. Tense the muscles in your calf. Hold them tightly and really pay attention to those feelings of tension. Now release the tension from your lower legs. Again, notice that feeling of relaxation. Remember to continue taking deep breaths. Next, tense the muscles of your upper leg and your pelvis. You can do this by tightly squeezing your thighs together. Make sure you really feel the tenseness, but without going to the point of strain. And release. Feel the tension leave your muscles. Now begin to tense your stomach and chest. You can do this by sucking your stomach in. Squeeze harder and hold that tension. Just a little bit longer. And then release the tension. Allow your body to go limp. And let yourself notice the feelings of relaxation. Continue taking deep, slow breaths. Breathe in slowly, noticing the air filling your lungs, and hold it. And now release the air slowly. Feel it leaving your lungs. Next, tense the muscles in your back by bringing your shoulders together behind you. Hold them tightly and tense them as hard as you can without straining. And keep holding. And now release the tension from your back. Feel the tension slowly leaving your body and the new feeling of relaxation. Notice how different your body feels when you allow it to relax. Now tense your arms all the way from your hands to your shoulders. Make a fist and squeeze all the way up your arm. Hold it. And now release the tension from your arm and shoulders. Notice the feelings of relaxation in your fingers, your hands, arms, and your shoulders. Notice how your arms feel limp and at ease. Now move your attention to your neck and your head. Tense your face and your neck by squeezing the muscles around your eye and mouth. Just for a little bit longer. And now release the tension. Again, Notice the new feelings of relaxation. Finally, tense your entire body. Tense your feet, your lower legs, your upper legs and pelvis, your stomach, your chest, your arms and hands, and finally your head and neck. Tense harder but without straining. Really hold that tension. And now release. Allow your whole body to go limp. Pay attention to the feelings of relaxation and how different it is from the feeling of tension. Now begin to wake your body up slowly by moving your muscles. Adjust your arms and legs. Stretch your muscles. And now open your eyes when you're ready. So I hope you enjoyed that. And that's something you can come back to anytime you need it in this video. It's something you can also do by yourself. Just make sure you go through each muscle group in turn, either starting at your head or at your feet, whichever you prefer. So breathing is a really helpful tool for reducing stress and tension. And it's really common when we're stressed or anxious that we overbreathe and we breathe from our upper chest. And the more we do this, the more we kind of overbreathe or hyperventilate, the more tense we become. So something really helpful to do is slow our breathing down, which releases all the other symptoms of the physical symptoms of stress. And this can really make us feel more in control of our stress. Paced breathing is just a really helpful technique to help us take a step back, calm down, and think about things more clearly. So there's a few different ways that we can try to paced breathing. The really important thing is making sure that your breaths are deep and slow and that you're breathing into your stomach rather than your upper chest. So another thing I'd say is it's really important to stick with this technique for a few minutes. Give it at least 3 to 5 minutes when you try it. Breathe in and out through your nose very slowly and calmly, and really focus on feeling the breath coming into your body, moving through your chest and down into your stomach, and then feeling it move from your stomach through your chest and back out through your nose. So whatever way feels most comfortable to you is completely fine. I've included a little video here that can be really nice to follow if it's something you're not used to doing, and it can help you to kind of find a rhythm with these things. You can also count yourself through, so maybe breathing in for 5, breathing out for 6. Some people like breathing in for 4, holding for 4, and then breathing out for 8, which we call box breathing. And I'm also going to include a recommendation of a free app for your phone, if that would be helpful to count you through at the end of this presentation. So really whatever works best for you is absolutely fine. And if you can, maybe take a few minutes now, just pause the video and spend at least kind of 3 to 5 minutes finding a pattern of breathing that's comfortable to you and finding a rhythm that really works for you. The final relaxation we're going to talk about is visualization. So visualization is another strategy we can use to aid relaxation and decrease our stress levels. So you can either do this yourself in your own mind, or there are hundreds of guided visualizations across the internet. You can find them on apps and on YouTube and various different places. But the process involves using your imagination to visualize being in a relaxing and pleasant place. Sometimes we already have a place that's special to us that we feel safe and relaxed in. And it can be really helpful to kind of imagine this place. And the process involves thinking of it very clearly, really bringing it to mind as though you're there. Again, focusing on what you can see around you, the light, what kind of landmarks are around, what sounds you may hear, if there's wind, if you're by the ocean, the sea, if there's people around, any sense you can feel or any physical sensations. Again, that could be kind of grass, sand, the wind, wherever your safe place is. It's completely fine to use any of those physical sensations. So that brings us to the end of the Stress and Relaxation Workshop series. Just to finish off, I wanted to point you in the direction of some books and apps and websites that might be helpful in kind of developing these skills further. So first of all, there's Stress Control by Jim White, which is a really accessible book that uses CBT techniques and mindfulness to help you to manage your stress level. If you want to learn more about mindfulness on its own, there's also this book by Mark Williams and Danny Penman, which comes both as a book and a CD and can help you to use mindfulness to manage kind of stress and anxiety. A couple of apps that can be really helpful in aiding relaxation are Headspace, which is quite kind of popular these days. It has some free features, some are paid, so it depends on whether you're willing to kind of use a paid app for that. But that uses mindfulness meditations, and also some of the paid features include like visualizations for sleep. We've also got Calm, which again has some free and some paid features, but that has lots of kind of meditations that you can use when you're out walking, that you can use to help you sleep, that you can use kind of to manage anxiety and stress, and also has kind of things to help you sleep. And then finally, we've got the Breathing app, which is the app I mentioned earlier. This is a totally free app, and you just kind of input the length of time you want to do your kind of paced breathing for and a pattern. And it'll either, so that could be like 5 in, 5 out, 5 in, 7 out. And it'll either take you through following an inflating ball, or it'll play a sound for you to follow. So that can be really helpful if you struggle to count yourself through when you're stressed. We've also got iCope's own SoundCloud, which has a number of relaxation exercises on. So the link for that is there. And finally, the Mental Health Foundation podcasts. So I'd really recommend trying any of these to build on the skills we've learnt to help manage stress and aid relaxation. So if you need any further support, I just wanted to point you in the way of some helpful resources. If you did want some more information about iCope, this is our website. There's information, online workshops, and an option to self-refer if you need it. You can also contact your GP, or you can contact the UCL Wellbeing Service. So if you do need further support, it's always there if you need it. And thank you so much for listening.